what this is. Is this like Go Team? I don't know. We're doing charades now. No, go ahead. That's fine. The 2 syllables. I'll just tell you. It's jackass. That's the word. I'll just point. Next time you'll know. Lords and ladies, greetings and salutations. Welcome to Pansy Warrior Princess. I am your hostess, your mistress with the mostest, Pansy Niederschmidt. Welcome to the throne room. It's spectacular to have you here. I'm being protected today by Flotsam and Jetsam, and they are doing the best job Debris can do in managing my personal safety. So let's just jump right into it. Tonight's peeve is something, it sticks in my craw. That's what it does. It crawls into my mouth and just sticks right in my craw. And it's people who don't RSVP. This just strikes me as the height of outright rudeness. It's something that I encountered recently. I had a soiree here at the Stronghold, and many of my so-called compatriots didn't respond in any way, shape, or form. So in case you're hazy, let me just clear this up for you. RSVP means when receiving an invitation, you look at it, you respond accordingly, you make a decision as to whether or not you can attend the function. You then contact the host or hostess, you tell her or him, I'm coming or I'm not coming, and then you do what you say you're going to do. I've got half a herd of sheep that were needlessly slaughtered for some mutton kebabs that not even Floyd could eat all of, and a wagon full of meat that's just out back festering. I'm going to have to call Hazmat to have them come and remove it, and it's just rude. That's what it gets down to. It's just rude. And so for all of those who so thoughtlessly rebuffed my extension of hospitality, may you all die 1,000 deaths. May they all involve excruciating pain and a modicum of humiliation. Let's move on. Tonight's pleasure is something that just really sets me aglow, and it's chivalry. Chivalry, which as we all know comes from the French word for mounted knight, which is chevalier, and it's a moral code of conduct for knights and royals, I find. It follows the basics: defend the church, make war against the infidels, don't shrink before thine enemy, and I think that many of these principles are something that you can just use in your everyday life. I know that often I use making war against the infidels. In fact, every time Floyd enters the throne room, I make war against the infidel. What I'm playing tonight is something that really excites me, and we're doing something a little bit different. It's a compare and contrast, if you will. And it's 2 games that I think go really well together. And it's God of War 2 for the PlayStation 2 and Heavenly Sword for the PlayStation 3. I think they're great companion games. God of War 2, I mean, I've been a fan of this franchise since the first release. God of War 2 is basically a supersized God of War 1. Supersized kind of makes me think of Kratos and what might be lurking beneath the loincloth. Anyway, this game is great. It's got some really awesome cutscenes, a lot of Greek mythology, just like the first one. And how can you not be in love with a game that has Harry Hamlin voicing Perseus? Is a great nod to Clash of the Titans. This is definitely something worth taking a look at. I am literally counting the seconds until God of War 3 comes out. For the PlayStation 3, I can't wait to see how they incorporate the 6-axis controller. I think it's going to be fantastic. Heavenly Sword's a great title. It's a lot of fun. You play a red-headed warrior princess who's much misunderstood. Interesting. And it's great. Again, you've got some really great combat moves in this, just like in God of War. Nariku's a lot of fun, all of her moves, and the world is absolutely spectacular. Definitely somewhere I would want to take a vacation when I want to get away from the throne room. And if I had any complaints about this game, it's when you get forced to play as Kai, Nariku's sort of half-wit, half-sister, who is a ranged character and shoots a crossbow from a distance. If I wanted to play a ranged character, I would have bought a title called Heavenly Sword. Come on, people, it's misleading. The other problem I had with it is if you're any sort of a gamer worth your salt, you're going to finish it in about 6 to 10 hours. So is it worth the money? I would try to find it used, but I would definitely try to find it. In the distance, I see my faithful falcon, Serendipity, with It Is Your Meal. Serendipity. Rushing it a little bit. Rushing it. Just saying. Let's see what we've got here. Today's missive comes from Mary of Ivygate Farm, and she writes, "Dear Pansy, is your sister ever going to appear on your show?" Well, Mary, thank you very much for your interest. No, she's not. My sister Petunia has been banned from the throne room for what I would like to describe as criminal mischief. Let me explain. Some time ago, I was fortunate enough to land an exclusive interview, an expose really, of the Modesto Mauler. Now, many of you who follow the amateur cage fighting circuit as closely as the princess does knows that he's just an amazing combatant, a true warrior. And we were sharing a glass of mead, and we shared something else. And it's what I would like to describe as a moment. In fact, it was the moment. I will never forget the way the Mauler looked at me over his goblet full of mead. It was something that I cherished. It was something I'd like to share with you. It is something that is now gone forever. My sister Petunia entered the throne room without permission, stole the VHS tape that the interview was copied on, and used it to record America's Next Top Model. And so now, instead of my moment, I'm stuck watching Tyra Banks and a quorum of anorexics debate this season's lip gloss colors and the trials and tribulations of spray-on tanning. Lords and ladies, as always, I would like to end with a quote from my hero, Mr. Oscar Wilde, and he said, "When the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers." So, does that mean if Kratos showed up at my door with a cask of mead and some mutton, I shouldn't answer? I think I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Lords and ladies, good night and good morrow. Yeah, Floyd, look around. Look around. Look with both hands. Oh, there's my ass. I found it.